One of the biggest jokes liberals love to tell about the Obama presidency is that he was scandal-free. Yes, they actually believe this. But everyone who is intellectually honest knows this is absolutely not true. There are numerous scandals the Obama administration was involved in, and he is still involved in scandal since he is actively working with Hillary Clinton and Organizing for America in an attempt to take down the Trump presidency. So, for the benefit of educating liberals, here are the top 11 Obama scandals either he or the crooks in his administration were involved in. Number 1. Operation Fast and Furious. It is unfathomable to imagine any Republican administration surviving anything even remotely close to Fast and Furious that ended up claiming the lives of U.S. Border Patrol agent Brian Terry and hundreds of Mexican citizens. Operation Fast and Furious allowed illegal straw purchases of weapons from the United States to end up in the hands of Mexican drug cartel members, which administration officials thought would eventually lead to the big fish so they could arrest them. But there are even darker theories as to what was really going on here. It kind of makes you wonder where liberal priorities are when hundreds of people were killed by Obama's ineptitude versus the kids at the borders being separated from their parents who, of course, have broken the law. What happened to all the anti-gun activist marchers when this carnage took place? Number 2. Eric Holder held in contempt of Congress. Eric Holder was the first member of a president's cabinet in the history of the United States to be held in contempt of Congress. That fact alone makes it absurd anyone could possibly claim Barack Obama was scandal-free. Holder was held in contempt for failing to turn over documents related to the Justice Department's investigation into Operation Fast and Furious. Yes, a sitting attorney general basically told Congress to stuff it when Congress was doing their job investigating his actions. Again, this is Congress's job. This is the division of powers. This is the checks and balances part of our government, and Eric Holder, with full knowledge of President Obama, ignored a congressional subpoena. Let's see if President Trump could ever get away with such an action. Number 3. Obamacare. Everything about Obamacare was a scandal and a ruse. It never lived up to its intended goals, it never saved anyone any money, and millions lost their doctors and less expensive medical insurance plans. You can keep your doctor and you can keep your plan were central tenets of Obamacare, and they were an absolute lie, and Barack Obama knew that all along. Obamacare was a huge scandal. Number 4. Obama spying on journalists. President Trump trolls the press, sets them up, and calls them fake news, and liberals go berserk. Barack Obama ordered journalists to be spied on and collected their phone records, and while some liberals were outraged, it never reached a fever pitch because no one really wanted to admit that Obama wasn't the liberal golden boy they thought he was. The Obama administration spied on and collected phone records of 2 AP reporters and a Fox News reporter in a huge freedom of the press scandal. This was a constitutional rights violation of the highest degree, but remember, Obama was scandal-free, right? Number 5, the IRS Targeting Scandal. Who can't forget Lois Lerner sitting in front of Congress making a statement about her innocence, thus forfeiting her Fifth Amendment rights, and then refusing to answer a single question from members of Congress? In this Obama-era scandal, pro-life and Tea Party groups were deliberately targeted for extra scrutiny, their tax exemption applications delayed until after the 2012 election, and nothing was ever done even though there was ample evidence. Evidence even pointed to Obama's direct involvement, but once again, the press minimized everything because Obama was their boy. Number 6. Benghazi. To even suggest that the deaths of 4 Americans, which included the first death of an ambassador in the line of duty since 1979, wasn't a scandal is an epic miscarriage of reality. Not only were Christopher Stevens and 3 other American deaths a scandal, it was what happened afterwards that blew this one into the stratosphere. Not one thing can change the glaring fact that the Obama administration's story for the first few weeks after the attack was false, and they knew it was false, concocting a story about a hateful internet video and to use that false narrative to blame the attack on someone else and then to tell family members of the dead such a lie was the height of misdirection and arrogance by Hillary and the Obama administration. Obama's unlawful military operation in Libya was a disaster from the get-go, and Benghazi amplified that fact by 100 times. That is why they desperately tried to cover it up. Number 7. Hillary Clinton's secret server and email scandal. As Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton hosted her own private email server to get around government historical archive requirements, and Barack Obama and EPA Chief Lisa Jackson both created fake names and email addresses on that server to communicate with Hillary anonymously. There is only one reason you would do something like that. It's because you obviously have something to hide. And then, when Hillary's emails were subpoenaed by Congress and the FBI, she wiped her server clean and deleted tens of thousands of emails and acted as if she had no idea it ever happened. Hillary then went on to lie to the FBI after destroying evidence to hide what she was doing. Oh no, that was never a scandal. Number 8. NSA Spying Scandal. In March of 2013, National Intelligence Director James Clapper testified under oath before Congress with these exact words to a question by Senator Ron Wyden. Senator Wyden asked, "Does the NSA collect any type of data at all on millions or hundreds of millions of Americans?" Director Clapper responded, quote, "No, sir," unquote. Mind you, Clapper was under oath at the time and lied to Congress and the entire United States when it was later revealed the NSA had been spying on Americans as a matter of policy for years. But amazingly, to this date, nothing has ever happened to Clapper, and he is still a regular fixture on liberal media outlets where he talks about the scandals and supposed dishonesty of the Trump administration of all things. If that isn't the perfect example of elitist privilege and hypocrisy, I don't know what is. Number 9. Bowe Bergdahl. Mr. Bergdahl abandoned his post in Afghanistan, was captured by the Taliban, held captive for 5 years, and American soldiers lost their lives while searching for him. Then President Obama traded him for 5 high-level Taliban leaders imprisoned at Guantanamo Bay, and Bergdahl was later given a dishonorable discharge and charged with treason. Just one more huge scandal ardent Obama supporters choose to ignore. Number 10. Iran nuclear deal and $1.7 billion ransom payment. The nuclear deal made with the terrorist-sponsoring state of Iran may be one of the biggest jokes in regards to foreign relations in American history. But then, when Obama sent the Ayatollahs pallets of cash, all in foreign currency, to circumvent U.S. banking regulations and laws, it became an even bigger scandal. However you want to spin this, the bottom line is Barack Obama somehow was allowed to give a terrorist state a hefty $1.7 billion in cash with almost zero scrutiny. How exactly does that work, and how can I benefit from such a sweet deal like that? And finally, number 11, Solyndra Green Energy bankruptcy. In an epic photo op for the ages, President Obama gave solar energy panel manufacturer Solyndra more than $500 million taxpayer dollars. He then toured their factory and gave a teleprompter speech for everyone to gush over. Less than 2 years later, after the initial $500 million loan, and only 9 months after the Obama visit, all that money was amazingly gone. Even after an additional $75 million in investments, the company went bankrupt just 6 months later. American taxpayers lost more than $500 million just so Barack Obama could give a speech and get his picture taken at a solar energy plant, and no one seemed to care. That is outrageous. These 11 points show the ineptitude, disregard for rules, and absolute lawlessness of the Obama administration, and it only touches on how much controversy Obama surrounded himself with. This is your supposedly scandal-free Obama presidency.